Great, so here we are with the second task of week 74. The task is FNR characters. So you are given a string $s, write a script to print the series of first non-repeating FNR character from left to right for the given string. Print hash if none found. Right, kind of everything is clear except this small tiny thing that it's not described. So that's this string, and you see, so we are taking the substrings from the left, so A, B, A, and so on. The first non-repeating character in this string is obviously A. And here is already the thing that I didn't understand when I was solving the task, and actually I still don't understand it from this description. So AB, the first non-repeating character is B. Why B? I don't know. Like, is it just because it's already, like, we already saw A in the previous string, or is it that we count from right to left? No idea, but actually if you count from right to left, everything works. And there's another example, and we can go directly to the solutions, because I'm mostly interested in the Raku code rather than the algorithm. And maybe I can start with my solution again, because right, so here it is. So my solution, though, there's a string, and I scan all the characters starting from the second character. And this is the position, you see. So $chars is actually the number of characters, so it's the last number is wait, is it the last number actually outside of the string, right? Yeah, nevertheless, so we are taking this. Right, yeah, exactly. So we start with the substring at the beginning of the string, and we continue until this position. So right, in the end we will cover the whole string. So just some debug information what we are talking about at the moment. And then I'm converting this to separate characters by calling the comb method, and then I convert it to a bag. And basically, yeah, so I have the bag with the characters and the number of characters in that string. And the string is just a substring of the original string, right? After that, so I reverse this. I again using the, so yeah, this is not the really optimal solution. And then I'm looking for the first character which appears one time, and basically that's the answer I need. If there's nothing, then I just print the hash. So let's run this solution. Raku Ch2. So yeah, so ABB hash C. ABB hash C, and that's the thing that I expected. ABB hash C, right? Okay, so yeah, so that's the solution that I proposed. It's not optimal, and there's some room for improvement, but nevertheless, let's go next. Next solution by Arne here. Right, so he always uses this pattern unit submain, where we can just express the intention to read some parameters from the command line, some arguments. So we are reading this string with at least one character in it, and it doesn't contain the hash character, and that's smart. Then length of that string, and again, so the same loop as I had. I mean, the ranges are the same. Pass. So substring, again the same substring, and now we are counting the characters, right? Substring comb reverse. So we split this with comb into separate characters, then we reverse this, and we loop over these characters, and we push the character to the characters array, and if it's not seen yet, actually, right? Otherwise, we increment the counter. So the result, so yeah, we just prepare the result for the worst case, and then we loop over those characters. So basically, these characters is just an array which contains all the characters and all the characters from the original string, and they only appear once there, right? So it's kind of again a bag or a set in Python, but they're also ordered in the way we want, from right to left, and we are talking about the substring. Don't forget that, right? So if this character appears once, then we consider this character found character, and we stop the loop. Basically, this last goes to here and starts the next loop iteration, and we append this. Wait, no, I'm completely wrong. Sorry. So it stops this one. So we stop searching for the characters, and then we append this to the end of the result. Actually, this one looks like a regular expression match in Perl, like reverse character, but it's just string concatenation plus equal sign, basically appending a string to an existing string, and we print something. Right, so and the result is there. So right, so I want what do I want? I want maybe take the string from here and run Arne's solution, Arne Raku Ch to this string, right? Right, ABB hash C. So the result is correct. Good. Jan Krnavek, expect to see something interesting here, and indeed, wow. So right, so let's close eyes and first analyze the main function, the main subroutine. You need to provide a --test key in the command line to run this, and then there are some tests using the built-in test module. First. So you see, now we have to open the eyes and see what's there inside. So here the new infix is defined, and basically it becomes the part of the grammar so that you can write something like that. And this infix takes a number of items. Is so clear. Oh my god. Right. So it's I believe this is how it treats the arguments, right? So it's like associativity left or right, and this is the list associativity, I believe. I don't know if this, well, definitely it's somewhere in the documentation, but I never actually. So so that's the thing. So that's actually that's exactly the example. You can specify the associativity of an operator with is associated trait where left is a default, right? So here this thing changes the associativity and right, and we are. I'm just looking at this. And okay. So let me run this example first, and then I will try to modify this to see how we can make it even better, or at least more beautiful. First, so we're trying to find the first character with this condition. This condition. So basically, the character is not in the Unicode, is not in a dot repeated. So we see there's a repeated method that you can call, and I believe it will repeated. So there's so many methods in Raku. Create supply that only provides repeated values, right? So only, so if it's not in repeated, basically, so it's if it's a unique character in this string, right? And this this named argument basically tells us to search from the right side of the string. So that's the point. So from right to left, basically, it's not first, it's last, right? And after that, there's or else the default case. Right, so this is about this. So we can put this infix between two characters. And then what else? Right, so there's another function which just takes this string. So basically, this is what we need. And it splits the string into characters by using the .comb method, very, very handy method. After that, it applies with this triangular reduction operator. The reduction operator is the square brackets, and triangle is this half of the triangle, backslash. And this is basically the infix, which is defined here in this grammar. So it inserts this FNR, something like that, between all the characters from the S string, and creates a number of lists, like the first character, like this one, then these two, then these three, then these four, and so here we have all these lists, which we then just use another reduction operator with string concatenation. So I believe this is just the substrings, right? So string A, B. Actually, No. That's this thing concatenates the result of applying this, and actually this, the FNR infix, will give you actually one character, right? So on each, so basically this thing will concatenate separate characters from this output string, right? So it will prepare the output string, because this one returns a single character, for example, as you can see in this example. So if you FNR A, B, C, and A, you will get C, right? So it means that the first non-repeated character in this string A, B, C, A, and you see, so this is actually the comb, which is splitting the A, B, C, A string into 4 different characters, is C, and then you concatenate that to the result. Or it can be hash if like it would be, for example, I don't know, C, well, A, B, C, D are characters, right? And the same for the second string, test string, right? So let's run this Raku Raku 2. Right, so it works, but why do we need to use v6? Right, I want to modify this. So you see, so basically this is by definition the reduction operator, right? So I believe FNR, you can do it like this. The only thing that maybe you have to think about what that associativity, list associativity is adding, and like this, right? So we are testing the result of applying this reduction operator with this infix operator against the C result. And what if I will test Raku? Yeah. Okay, so I think this is even a bit more beautiful. Right, nice, really interesting solution. Right, so yeah, so basically, so how does it work once again? So it returns the last non-repeating character from the list of characters, right? That's like the heart of this algorithm is here. Okay, good, really interesting thing. Going next, JSON. Right, okay, so so there are Athanasius, yeah, there are 2 strings for test, and the FNR function, which takes the string and it gathers, so it takes either the character or the hash. So it gathers for all the characters in the string. So see, comb is really a useful thing. We already like looking at the third solution, and we're seeing comb for the third time already. String character. So we add this character to the end of the array, to the beginning of this array, and then we iterate. So yeah, so here basically we are building the substrings, right? And then we iterate over the characters of this substring, and if this character, interesting is the thing to count. So we just filter everything which is not this character and count the number of occasions. And if it's 1, we just take this character, otherwise, and immediately start the next loop cycle, and otherwise we take this thing. Right, after that we, right, so in the main function, so yeah, so you can pass the string from the command line, but by default it will just make just execute these couple of test cases, right? Yeah, and in the end, you see, so you join, so because this FNR returns you the result of gather and take, and you have to join them to get the string. Good. So let's run this Raku, not here, Raku JSON miss Raku 2 ABB hash C. Correct. Good. Going next, Raku solution from Luca Ferrari. Right. So yeah, so in the main function, the signature tells us that there's a string in one line where at least there are like 3 characters, right? And we are collecting the thing in the result, and we then just print this result again by joining the characters in it. well, the character is the content, but probably it's the characters, right? Counting, probably this is where we keep the number of, right, something like here, the number of repetitions. Characters, so we split, yeah, so this skip empty, but I believe this is completely redundant, right? So why? It's wait, in one of the solutions in week like 60 something end, 67 or somewhere, there was a solution with dot split by empty string and skip empty. But do we have that in comb as well? But why do we need to do that for the comb routine? So I believe there's nothing here, right? Skip empty, skip. Right, so it's the thing from dot split. So this is basically, I think, ignored. Right. Okay. Okay. Then we iterate over the indices of the original string. Right. The character of the original string. The current character. Just take the current character. This is weird, because I mean, not in this solution, but just in Raku, that you cannot substring a string and get the character immediately without using some tricks like taking the substring or creating an array of characters. I think it's extremely weird, or I don't understand anything. Right. If the result array is empty or the character is not in the array, it is okay to push. Right, so we're pushing this current character to the result and moving next to the next iteration if the result was empty, or if there were no character seen in this result. Yeah, so see, so this is what I mentioned actually in the beginning. So you can also not like going from right to left, but you can just look at the previous string which you already prepared for the result, right? So if there was like A on the first iteration, and second it's AB, and you see, so only B appears for the first time on these two iterations. So basically this is what it says, if I'm correct, right? If here I need to search for the first rightmost not repeating character so far, right? So now we count the characters in, again, this comb with skip empty, but I wonder why. So yeah, so okay, Raku, my S is A B C D E, right? My S is A B C D E. I wonder what happened here. Right, then S like this, right? And S like this. What's the difference? Actually, there's no difference. I believe this was the idea that this split does dollar split does kind of incorrect by adding two empty things here, and that's why S split you probably really need it. Skip empty, right? Right, but not for comb. Good. Then the first non-repeating character $FNR is the substring. So we're taking the substring, like the substring, the current substring, with the beginning in the first character. Then we comb, we split this into characters, and then we take the first, which exists, and for which the counter is 1, and we are doing that from the right side, otherwise hash, right? And then we add this thing. So see, so there's some kind of shortcut, but if not, right? Okay, so let's just run this Raku Luca Ferrari Raku Ch2. And what do we need? We need a string which is this one, ABB hash C, right? Good. Going next, Mark Anderson, and here it is the solution. The main function takes the string, and then we gather and take the first non-repeating characters for all the substrings, right? Of the length one or substring, so it's previous character and the length is 1. Okay, so yeah, it takes indeed one character, a letter. Oh yeah, so it has these two hidden. By hidden I mean that it's not exposed to the outside of the function, but it keeps its state when you call the function again. And so yeah, if we saw this letter, and for all letters we saw, if we saw it once, then we take this and return immediately. And you see, so fnn characters is actually keeping its state, right? So we increment the variable, the string here in this variable every time we call the function and reach this point. If we saw it twice, then we do something else, probably the same thing as in the previous Lucas solution. So we are determining the index of the character of this character in already seen, right? So this is, yeah, now I understand the task. I don't understand it, but I understand it. Right, so and we're taking the substring from 0 to this position, right, to the position where this character is, and we concatenate with some other thing with the rest, right? I don't know. And then we, then we take from this already, so yeah, this thing is, and actually that's why it's a state variable, because we want to see the result on the previous steps, but we don't want to expose that whole string fnn characters to the output. So that's why we're taking one character. See, there's only one character, or hash. And so here we are gathering characters from the result, and here we are printing them joined to a string. Right, so Raku, Mark Anderson, Raku Ch2, voila. Right, the result is the same and it is correct. Right, Markus Holzer. Really compact solution. So that's the string here already built in. And by the way, you see, so did you notice, and actually we already saw this in one of the previous solutions today, that you can use these fancy quotes, not necessarily just ASCII quotes. These also work in Raku, which is really cool. So yeah, so we're printing for something. So I believe we will get characters 1 per line, 4. So we split, nice, so yeah, we split this string. Actually, maybe I will want you to just see this. It's really amazing thing, which you can just achieve with a couple of characters. Well, not really a couple, but with just a few characters. So see, so there's the string, we split into characters, and then we create lists of incrementing lengths, right? So this is what we have here, just with this triangle reduction operator with the comma, with the list creation operator, and we get this A, B, B, A. So yeah, basically we increment lengths until we reach the full length. Right, then we create the bag out of which, what is L? L is, so then we take these and we map, so basically for each of these, which we keep in the L attribute, L parameter, and this anonymous function in this case. So it takes like this, it creates a bag out of it. So this bag for this case, for example, will be like B is 2, A is 2, right? And then we reverse it. What it? This list, and we are taking the first character, which is which appears once there. Otherwise, this. Right. I like this solution. So Raku, Markus Holzer, Raku Ch2, and we don't need any string. Right. ABB hash C. Correct. The only thing I wonder, what do we need to like print this in a single string, on a single line? So you can definitely use print here, but the thing is that you have to print the new line character after that. So I wonder if there's a better method just to use print here or something here, and it will append the new line in the end. Good. Right, going next, Shahed, and so right again. So the same thing as we saw like here. Map and grab that. Grab inside the grab. Probably, and we take. So yeah, probably kind of it repeats once. No. What is the argument of this function? It's the thing which was passed to this, but basically, and we're taking the last thing of this, and then we join the thing. And where does the original data come from? Actually, I don't quite understand. Maybe we can understand it from the blog. So here's the solution. Oh yeah, S is here. I didn't notice that. So, but to run this, I need actually to make some action. So I need to take the string, say for example from here, right? And I need then to take this solution, the rest of the solution, right? And join, and actually then I have to print it, right? So that's the thing. Raku test. No such madam comb. Okay, so yeah, I believe this requires some additional thing to start working, but nevertheless, so you see the pattern that this one is really a useful thing together with comb and the reduction operator. Right, going to Simon Proctor, Raku number 2. Right, so there are some texts to show if you are not using the program properly. It takes the string, it splits this into characters, actually the codes, in out. For all those codes, we push everything to in. Why? I mean, why do we need this separate in? Yeah, because we are using it here. So yeah, basically this in again contains increasing substrings, right? And in the out is the result which we are then printing, yeah, by using this join. Actually, I believe this is not needed, right? The default behavior of join is Raku my A is A, B, C, D, A join, right? Right. So, and the FNR routine is taking the characters of the substring, it counts it by converting to a bag, and then in reverse order you're starting. So V, what is values? These are the characters, right, from the substring, and you return this character if, wow, why not equals, if it is appearing there once. What is if it's undefined, right? So will it work with equals? Interesting. And then return this one. Okay, so let's run this solution here. Raku Simon Proctor Raku Ch 2, and I need this string ABB-C. Correct. Right, going next, Athanasius, and the solution is here. The solution is here. So we print some message before the main program starts. In the main program, we accept the string, which is a defined string where there's only there's at least one character, and split this. Yeah, so this is where we really need to keep empty. The FNR probably is the result and the counter. So we scan this string. So $I is an index, and the worst case result is here. If the number of characters that we already like seen, because the count is defined outside, right, of this loop is 1, then if we didn't see this character yet, so we can set the result. So I believe FNR is, yeah, right, so it's not the total result, it's the intermediate result for this loop, for this iteration cycle. And otherwise, so if it's like not 1 in the reverse order of the so there's another index, and this index is from this current position to the left side of the string, to the beginning of the string, basically. So instead of this, probably we can use just $I hat 3 dots 0, right? Like the sequence with the left edge bigger than the right edge. If it's seen once, then we use this and we stop this inner loop. Otherwise, we still append the result, which was prepared already here, and it's basically it's done, right? And we print this string. Right, so let's run this. So I need the string Athanasius Raku Ch2 string. Voila, right, the output is there. Good. Going next, Colin Crain, Raku solution number 2. Right, there is some method list is created through one character at a time. Each character, when evaluated, replaces the FNR unless that character is not unique. Yeah, basically we just understood this from the previous thing. So we're taking this string. Maybe just let's make it a bit differently this time and just Raku. Just run this Raku Colin Crain Raku Ch2 the string, and it gives the correct result. So now I'm confident that it works. So output is what we're going to print, right? So that's the result. Yeah, we're also printing the original string, and so we split the string into characters. Then we a big map. And then we join again. This is extra. So then we for each of the characters we do this block here. So we count them, right? So unique scene characters of this basically, how many times we saw this character. Then the FNN is a result of do block. So when it's unique and it's seen once, we just take this and return the character. Otherwise, when the character so it's identity operator, it checks if this one is the same object, actually, right? Not just the value is the same and the type is the same in JavaScript, but actually if it is the same object. If I don't know why we need it here. I mean apply function. Okay, never mind. So then what we do, we just because we have to really recheck it, and we grab in the unique and previous purple nil, and finally we take this one. It's kind of a default thing or what? No, FNR, the do block ends, but it ends here, right? So I wonder what this one is doing there, and this one, and why do we have this one in the end? And if it's defined, that's Lisp, then we take this, otherwise we take that. Right, okay, so yeah, I wouldn't say that I really confident in understanding how it works, but it definitely works. Jaldhar Raku 2, so we take the string form input, we scan it, and so we slice. What is the slice? So basically that's the substring from the beginning of the string, and then for each character of that, if the current substring contains this character and only contains one, I like this, that's a nice thing. So you just immediately check how many times this character, so basically you make two checks here. First you check if the character is there, and the second you confirm that the character only appears once. That's smart. I really enjoyed it. Right, and we collect this, otherwise we collect the worst case answer. Right, and maybe again here it's a bit heavy, you don't need all these. Actually everything, so it's the empty string again here, you don't need it. Right, so let's run this solution, Raku Jaldhar Raku Ch2 string, the result is the same. Good. Javier Raku 2. Good. Good because we already have some test cases, right? And the main function, it is well, it fits the screen. So the string, the characters of that string, then we make the loop, the C-style loop, with indices as the loop variable, and we take the current character, again, design Raku, think of it. Then we take this character, if it's not basically yet seen, then we mark that it's seen and count the characters. Then if there's nothing yet in the result, we make another loop where we take another character and basically do the same, right? Kind of the same thing, but already for the string, for a different string. Right, otherwise, unless, yeah, this parenthesis is not needed, and we just append this to the output result. Right, so let's run this Raku Javier Raku Ch2 the string. Usage is incorrect, right? I forgot that there are two examples already there built in the function, right? But by the way, you see, so if you define the function main with an explicitly empty list of parameters, then you cannot pass any arguments to the function in the command line, so you will get this message. Right, so good. Then Laurent Rosenfeld and right, so there's some test is ill-defined. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I lose my own rules. Good. So right, so yeah, your own rules, but I have to think about the result. Maybe I can just use the same string because we know the result for that string already, right? Right. So we split in the characters and the result, the scene hash, everything is good. Right. So for all the characters in the string, that's the simplest way to iterate over the string, even like this, right? That's what you have to do in Raku. By the way, why you cannot do it like this, right? So for all the characters, the result for the worst case, and for the characters again, if so, we scan it again inside the cycle, and that's interesting. That's interesting. So we take this FNR as a result. We take this character and stop this in a loop if it's not seen yet. Otherwise, we still take this, and if we didn't see it, basically if we saw it once, right? And then we increment the counter. So I wonder, so if it's 0, if this is 1, right, or 0, and this is if not it's there at all. I'm a bit lost about these two lines. Right, and we append this, and right, let's run this solution, Raku test, and yeah, the string I already changed it, AAA BC. That's the correct result according to like the definition that I think is also correct. So for the first string, the first non-repeating character is A. For the second substring, it's still A. For the third substring, it's B. Why is it A here? And for this string, it's actually none. I believe this is not like working as I expect. Okay, nevertheless, but yeah, the definition of the task is really strange. Okay, good. Good. Going next to Mohammed, to the person who made this definition. Right. So there's a string with some default case, which is really good. Definitely to provide some default case. The only thing I don't like is this, like, why is it named argument? If it's the only argument, actually. Right. So we print something. So probably it's just showing us the whole result and the whole procedure. So FNR character, so empty result for, so we scan this, I is an index, we take the substring on the left side, and if the length of this string is 1, then we just take this string as a character of the result. Otherwise, unless found, we're pushing a hash, and to find an item we need to do, so we need to right, that's I think we saw it in the first task, right, this week. So you just split this string into characters and map them, and basically in one go you get the, you count the characters, which can be achieved with converting to a bag, right? Right, then we flip the string, right? So we still flip this substring as is substring, right? So it's here, and for all the characters of this flipped substring, if this character is seen once, then we take this. Otherwise, and the loop and stop the loop, and found is true, which means that we already pushed this, right? Yeah, I think we can get rid of this, right? Because we can, like here, we can just prepare some result. Yeah, so you'll still need some temporary variable. All right, so let's run the solution. Raku, not here, Raku, Mohammad, Raku Ch2, Raku with default, and default gives the correct result. Right. Next solution, Raku 2, and we have 2 solutions left after that. So the, wow. So again, close your eyes before looking at this part of the code, and sub main takes the sample with at least one character, and the default value. That's see, so that's a quite complicated thing in the signature of the function. And actually, it does the work, right? And even there's some comment to appear if it's incorrect. Right. So sample. Right. Yeah, interesting. So we just apply some role. We'll take a look at this role in a moment, and after that, on this role we can call, on this variable we can call some methods. Basically .say is already built in by Raku, and say lnr is obviously the method defined in this role. So let's look at the role. So we see, so there are 2 keywords does and but, which can apply a role. Here it is does. So this string does fnr thing, and this fnr adds the method called say lnr for the, basically for the current string. Then we scan this, so last index. Why is it last index? Right, because we are taking the substring from 0 to this last index. Then we take unique. So you see, remember there was like repeated method, there's unique method. So it's kind of opposite to what we had there. And nr pos, nr card. Okay, I don't know yet. So it's like in position of non-repeating on the character to the result that goes to the result. For all those candies, or for all those unique characters in the substring, we take it as a topic. Take this as a topic. So we take the indexes of the, so you see there is the method called indices, which gives you the all the indices where this character appears in the substring. And if there's only one index, so yeah, that's the method to count. So just find all the indices, and if there's only one index, then this character appears 1. Or next, but if it's 1, then nr pos is less than dot tail. What is a tail? Is it like the index? Because nr pos is the position, right? But tail. Is there anything on the string? Returns the last of the list of the n elements. So basically, it's the element, right? And this so and then we assign. So so see an interesting thing. So just in parentheses we assign a couple of variables, right? another pause. I don't quite understand why this is a position and this is the character, and why do we compare them? Right, but nevertheless, so yeah, okay. But the most interesting thing from the Raku perspective here is just how simple it is to, how easy it is to apply a role and then just call a method of this that this role provides. So Raku Jeon Raku Ch2 and this. Ooh, it doesn't work. Why? Yeah, because it's, yeah, because this is a substring. This is it the only thing that I have to fix here, or like here, right? We don't have it right anywhere else. Raku, oops, no, Raku Rally, Raku. This is how you invent languages. Right, so input, output, and can I make a different input? Yes, I can. I will just take our default string from the task. Ooh, I don't understand this. Okay, nevertheless, let's go next. And it's Roger Bell West. Right, so two space indentation with so right, there are two tests, which is good. So we take this input string and we split into characters, and for all the characters, so yeah, this is really straightforward solution, which is really easy to read. So we collect the substrings, right? So in S, right, in S is this current left substring on the left side of this string. We count the characters, and if it's less than 2, basically less than 2 means that it's like appears once, or 0 times. So we grab it and we save it in the same array, right? So we keep here the unique characters of the substring, and if there's something, we just take the last character here. Otherwise we take this yeah, so we see again, this is where the definition is kind of gives us strange things, but I believe this solution works. Raku, not here, Raku Roger Bell West, Raku Ch2, and this is correct. Good. So yeah, this is where I just added dot reverse to string. And finally, Ulrich Rieke and his solution here. So we take this string letter frequencies, F and R letters. So we split the string into characters and we iterate while there is something. So I believe we are going to remove things from there. Yeah, let us shift, right? This is where we remove it. So we take the current letter. And we make the letters array small at this moment. Then we count this. If there's only one letter so far, we append it to the result F and R. If it is already seen there, so then where current letter, yeah. So if it's already seen, then we how many unique letters did we find? Right. So this is how we look at the previous results, I believe. Right. So unique letter frequencies key is grabbed, so we grabbed all the letters, and right, so, and again we filter, so we keep only the letters which appears once. Then that's the number of unique elements. If we find only one unique letter, we add it to the end of F and R. Given number of, so we topicalize this scene for the whole block here, and when it's 1, we take the first item of the array. If one unique letter, we go back in the F and R string until we get to a letter that occurred only once at that position. So right, so we are looking at the current result. When it's more, then we repeat until so this one is can be replaced with the Unicode in, with that letter, kind of letter E reversed. And so if it's in this set, so we convert this to set. and then we take only one. So yeah, we saw some elements of this solution a bit earlier. That's it. So it was the week 74, task number 2. Yeah, I think it was a great thing to look at these solutions.